Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's reading. We're doing the 3-card pick today on a love reading, and this will be an element of the unusual. So I've been looking forward to this one. And just before I started, I had a few fairies flying around. So have a look in the video. We're going to be picking from card 1, 2, or 3 piles tonight. I know a few of you are drawn to 2 piles. Sometimes you have a message in 2, or it might be an element of combination. So yeah, we're going to start by just doing a little sage. So let's do this to begin with. So just settling down, taking a few deep breaths in. I just saw a little twinkle behind my head then, so the fairies might be joining us. Okay. And also just starting to breathe in, connect back in with your own essence, your own energy. And we'll just do a couple of times of the tuning forks as well, just to clear with some sound, allowing it to flow from the top of your head all the way down to your feet. And if you haven't watched one of Maison Jupiter's videos with me in it before, my name is Solreta Antaria. And you'll find that I do one-on-one readings, which I have the Mystical Oracle reading, and I also have the Starseed readings, as well as holistic wellness sessions. So we've got a lot of things on. But if you do want to dive deeper, and I really love that when we connect one-on-one, because I can really give you a lot more information, please use the discount code Jupiter. And I just saw that fly past then. I'm going to have to pause that and slow my video down later to check out what that was just flying past. But yeah, please use the discount code Jupiter to save 10%. So let me pop up my other screen and we'll switch this around so that you guys can see. So we've got pile 1, which has the beautiful, this is a pink amethyst. And you can see there's a couple of quartz clusters inside too. So this was a really interesting one that I was drawn to for pile 1. Pile 2, we have this beautiful selenite heart. So nice love heart shape. And pile 3, we have this rhodochrosite. So with this one sort of has like quartz-like properties. So sometimes you'll see rhodonite, which has a little bit bigger properties as well. So I'm just going to make my screen bigger on my computer. Perfect. So yeah, whether you're feeling drawn to pink amethyst, the selenite, or rhodochrosite, this is up to you guys. So what we'll do, we'll start with card pile number 1. I'm going to move these other 2 aside for now, and we're going to focus on you guys, number 1. Okay, so just tuning in. All right, so with the pink amethyst, this is a combination for me of spirituality mixing in with more like our awakened senses, so more kind of third eye, crown chakra energies, but combining and anchoring it down with love. So this is a really great stone for an empath. So in regards to love, this would be where you're connecting to a deeper aspect or a deeper spiritual love. So this would be a really good one for that. And also self-love. So the first card that we have is, and this is out of the Rebecca Campbell deck. I forget which one it is. She has the Starseed deck too. This is a different one, but it says the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. And you can see here, there's this kind of portal or a threshold into the unknown. And I did feel with this crystal as well, actually, that's really interesting when you look at this, because I don't look at the cards before we read. So I love to watch them with you guys. And I also pick my own personal number out of 1, 2, and 3. After I finished pulling the cards, I feel into what I'm feeling drawn to as well. So with this is a very much a reflection of this. So there's some kind of initiation or threshold for you guys to do with love at the moment. This might also be an element of like a self-initiation. So it could be also in relation to like going into a new step in a relationship. So it might be declaring that you love each other. It might be also for some people an initiation away from relationships, but I do feel kind of like a change or something from the unusual in this. We also see that there's a snake energy in here as well. I don't know if you guys can see that. So with the snake energy too, we see that there's an enhanced kundalini. There's magnetic electricity that's also in here. So it does look like something is being a catalyst to change. I also see that there's a few kind of like symbols that almost look like faces. We have one that looks like a Wandjina, the Aboriginal Dreamtime pictures of beings that we usually see depicted on caves. And we can also see another face as well. So it does feel like that there is like energies around pertaining to this rite of passage. I do feel with this initiation, we'll get a little bit deeper into some of these other cards as well. So we have non-duality. Let your authenticity, humanity, your authentic humanity shine forth while also bowing to the inner divine. You can become fluent in doing both. So when we hear about non-duality, we also think about not being connected to, the left or the right, not being connected to outcomes. So this is also about non-attachment with walking through this threshold. So I actually feel like this is a really big, deep spiritual activation for some of you. I feel that this is also about really listening to like your inner wisdom, your inner heart this week. So really not being afraid to step forward into new territory is the overall theme that I feel with this. We also have the card of rainbow. So this is really interesting too. We have the plasma sun energy, the heart energy, angelic wings. This is from the Tony Solono love deck. I'm pretty sure it's the love, actually it might be the wisdom deck. I've got both. Might be the wisdom deck. So with this, we also see this Antakarana or this rainbow bridge. So it seems like you guys are about to go into a new path or a new journey, but it feels like only you can make this decision for yourself. I don't feel that this is something that's coming of someone else's like pushing. I actually feel like it's coming to perhaps a little bit of a crossroad decision, or perhaps where you're choosing you. It doesn't mean that you can't take your partner with you, but I do feel that this is really about with this this gorgeous little pink amethyst. This is really spiritually acknowledging where you're at, what it is that your needs, desires, and things that you need to fulfill on your own path, on your own journey. And does this person, does this relationship, or does this path that you're on make sense for the moment? So I do feel there's a little bit of a reassessment around this. With the rainbow as well, we also have rainbows. When we have the double rainbow, this is a sign of dimensions or portals opening. So you guys could also be having like new timelines open, but as an initiation. And we know that with initiation, it's also sometimes an element of getting uncomfortable in order to bring new things in. So let's have a look at perhaps like what it is that you guys are venturing on pathwise and what it is that could be coming in. So we're just going to have a look at the overall energies to get a bit more clarification on what it is that those first cards represented. And I don't know why, but sometimes I will pick things in a different order. It's just the way Spirit guides me. I always follow this. And for some reason, they guided me to flip them over. I wasn't even consciously focusing on that. So what we're seeing with you guys is you've overcome a lot. So based on like past things, we see a 9 of Wands. We see Sagittarius, the moon, which looks almost like it's going through an eclipse type stage. We have the sun. So for me, this is about like the trials and tribulations of the past. This is where perhaps you might have been in, whether it's, things happening to you or a lot of things that you've overcome. I know we've talked about recently on a few of my shows to do with manifestation. We've talked about victim mindset and about stepping out of that victim mindset. I can see that a little bit here in building a bridge or a path over what's happened in the past. We do see also 3 of Cups energy. So this is inviting us to really connect to something that's much deeper than love. We see it's the card of abundance, but we see Mercury and Cancerian energy. So we know Mercury rules the mind, Cancerian energies rule the intuition. So this looks almost like stuck between a rock and a hard place, how they talk about being stuck between, the mind and emotion. So also really feeling into your body. What is your heart saying about this situation? What is your body saying about the situation? We do perhaps see an ending for a few of you guys. What I don't want to see is a tendency to fall into fear. So we have a 10 of Swords energy, which sometimes with this, we don't acknowledge mentally that there may be an ending. We also see this heart energy as well. So it's not that the heart has been destroyed or truly broken or lost. And this could also be about like how, I'm trying to think of how to translate this into English, but what they're showing me, it's like all of these swords, are we actually letting people put these swords in? Because we have Libra and the sun in the top too. So we need to maintain harmony. We need to maintain balance in relationships and not lose ourselves. So this rite of initiation could even be you stepping deeper into what it is that your desires are, your truths, your paths. I did get a lot of throat chakra energy also coming up with this. We have the Princess of Wands. So for me, she has this wand with the sun on the end. She really just wants the best for everyone and everything. She has this illumination type quality to her. And we see the Mary Magdalene roses burning on the altar here. The tiger has his tail around throat chakra. So again, we see this throat chakra energy that I was talking about. So a little bit of, perhaps a little bit of suppression around throat. Perhaps you guys aren't speaking up, really claiming what it is that you want. And so sometimes when we do that, other people don't realize what it is that we desire or want. So do make sure that you're speaking up. With this, we also see that she eventually graduates into Queen of Wands energy. So if we want a different outcome, we have to step more to Queen of Wands energy, not trying to please everyone, not trying to keep things kind of quiet, because it looks like there may have been a pattern and a system or a series of relationships in the past where this may have happened. So I'm just going to grab some of the Mythos Tarot and let's have a look into this. I do love looking into questions around love. I do love looking into, situations and personalities and dynamics and things. Although if you're really looking for a deeper love reading, it is one of those things that you would need to book a mystical oracle reading. And we can really look into your individual person. We can look into different past patterns and situations and things and what you're breaking free from, or if there's an emotion and things that you need to purge. So the cards that we have, Eight of Swords. So this might be your own mental limitations, your own belief systems and mindsets holding you back. We have the Queen of Wands come up. So when you guys let go of this stuff, you can fully transform and step into Queen of Wands. We don't have to be in this situation of always pleasing everyone. So do step into Queen of Wands energy. We also see the Page of Wands. So it's bit by bit, starting to get accustomed and used to speaking up, used to doing things for yourself too. So this would also be an energy, say if someone's invited you out last minute, it's not dropping everything that you were committed to. So say if we're looking at the Queen of Wands, she might be doing her meditation practice. She could be doing her dance class, she could be doing painting, whatever it is that the Queen of Wands is doing. I do feel that this is not about putting herself second. We have a Seven of Coins as well too. It's about investing in yourself, because a lot of you are becoming, whether it's a high priest or a high priestess, we're seeing this Nine of Wands energy come up as well. So it really is, you're elevating to a new level is what it looks like for this week. And I even feel for some of you guys, this will continue throughout the month as well. So we have Nine of Wands energy come up again. So when we've completed one cycle, you might be moving towards up leveling to the next cycle. So with this, I'm going to get some more clarifiers. Okay. And I just feel 3 cards for this deck. And we'll flip these over. So a Four of Swords, this is an invitation to come deeper into meditation. We have a Six of Discs, which is Taurus and Moon energy, also known as the card of success. And in my favorite deck, it has that beautiful rose, Mary Magdalene rose energy. We have a lot of that unconditional love energy, but I feel that it's you guys are putting someone else first or giving this to someone first. So this initiation that we've got is really into a higher element of self-devotion. So have a look at where you can devote. It might be booking yourself for a massage. It might be booking a spa trip or going away with, a friend. We have Mother of Cups energy too, but she did come out in reverse. So again, we're seeing a test of not being distracted, not being pulled into someone else's thing. I feel like there's something else hiding. Let's have a look and see what is like the higher energy behind all of this with this element of the unusual. What is it that we need to watch out for, or what is perhaps like a little bit hidden with this? Queen of Wands, that's your lesson behind this, is to really come into how you can be the best and highest version of yourself. Some of you guys have been hiding, because if we're doing Queen of Wands energy, we become fearless. We sometimes have to speak our truth. We sometimes have to face the facts and the reality that certain things might not work out or that might not be best for our best and highest good. So Queen of Wands, she leads by example. She radiates. She doesn't dim her light to please anyone. She doesn't have to be a chameleon and fit in. So have a look at, like, maybe it's a statement piece that you can wear or a certain outfit that you're calling yourself into Queen of Wands energy. This is really, it's really beautiful energy. So let's pack these up and then we'll start on pile number 2. So again, if you did want to book a one-on-one reading with me where you want to look deeper into love, relationships, and really sort of progressing to a higher timeline, that is one of my favorite things to do, is to help people quantum shift into higher timelines. So let's have a look. And I also help release if there's any blockages around emotions and different things. That is something that we can release in a session as well, because when we release certain things from our past, we attract better and bigger things for our future when we change our subconscious programming in our mind. So let's have a look for pile number 2. Let's bring these over as I take these out of the way. So just taking a few deep breaths in, we're going to connect in with this energy. And also drop me a little emoji. Maybe you could even do a little emoji for little love hearts for today's reading around love. So let's have a look into pile number 2. So we have selenite. So selenite is one of those crystals that it's sort of self-cleansing, similar to kyanite. It's one that's used for high protection. So it's a good one to do in a heart shape because it's protection of heart. Selenite we also see in wands, so it can be used to amplify or to extend or send out energy out in the world. It is a crystal that kind of works with the realm of the fairies too, so really beautiful for that. And the first card that we have is the Pillar of Light. So I think this goes beautifully with the selenite. So Pillar of Light, your vibration is rising, you are an oracle. And this is just gorgeous, like transcending or ascending above. And the card of the day that I picked yesterday was the card Ascend. So that might have resonated with you as well. We also see this is kind of going into like a new paradigm. And it doesn't look like that it's waiting for anyone else. We see that there's just one person focused on the rainbow light. We also see the card of intuition. So interesting, we have oracle and intuition for you guys. So each person's road to each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. How liberating to listen inside and sense moment to moment what's needed. So we see this heart with the eye. So even when we talk about like third eye activation, I talk about with Two of Swords energy, which has a blue lotus on it, that sometimes we have to learn to see with the heart. So this is an invitation for you guys to really start upping that level of sensing and seeing with your heart. The other one that we have is butterfly wings. So you guys are in the midst of a transformation, ascension process is what it looks like to me. So we know with a caterpillar that they have to break the DNA down. They don't just grow wings, they actually have to change the DNA. So you guys are becoming changed. There's a little bit of similarities between group 1 and 2, but just doing it in a slightly different flavor. With group 2, I feel that you guys are really birthing, and it's organically this metamorphosis that's coming in. You're coming into age, coming into wisdom, coming into like a lot more self-care, nourishment and love. I feel that you've really dropped a lot of the old programmings that are in the process of doing so as well. So let's get some cards for you guys from the Mythios deck. But yeah, I just feel there's an overall, you should be so proud of yourselves with this energy that I'm picking up here. So let's have a look. And I feel like there's 5 cards here that we need to look at. So we have a 10 of Swords. This is interesting. You guys have also walked away from things in the past and really learned about life. So we have a 6 of Swords. You've moved on from it. So where we said the difference between group 1 and group 2, you guys have really shifted and moved. We've got 9 of Coins, which is Virgo and Venus energy. It's a card of gain as well. So you've gained a lot of perspective. You've gained a lot of like reconnecting back to your soul essence and to spirit. This is Jupiter and Pisces energy. And 9 of Cups, we know that the flow comes in from the spiritual and down into the mental, emotional, and the physical. And with the Hangman, so this is about up-leveling and breaking out of the cocoon. This is what I call the matrix breaker. So I do feel for you guys to put out your desire, your manifestation, your wish into the world when it comes to love. It feels like there's a smooth path. And with this card of Pillar of Light, it just feels that you're lifting up and sort of ascending into that a lot easier. So let's get another card spread. I also feel spirit standing around me with you guys as well. So you're probably actively asking your guides and angels that love you unconditionally, or even the fairies, to come in and help with manifestation of love. This deck, I am right now feeling to feel into. And I do feel a little bit of a light language energy come through with this. So this would also be that you guys are ascending into this higher form of energy and light when it comes to love. I really feel it's sort of becoming effortless, and it's attracting things to you rather than having to go and seek or find and struggle. I really feel like you guys have done so much work on yourselves and learned so much from past. And this is just now about integrating your soul energy and really shining that on the outside. So we'll flip these over. Yeah, look at this. We've got a card of transformation, the card of the Aeon. We have Princess of Swords, Eight of Wands, which is a quantum jump card for me, the Star card, and the Ten of Wands. Interesting that we have a similar kind of Ten of Wands energy when we had the Nine of Wands replacement, the number one set of cards. So you guys might be friends, the ones and the twos. You might have been, twos might help the ones on the similar journey. So if you have any words of advice for group number one, group number two, please give them a little bit of a word of advice on what got you through hard times. But what we see is you guys are going on this trip. So the Aeon, we see here going from third into fourth and fifth. So that here again, we have this kind of ascension or this coming of age or a journey. We also see Shen here, which talks about breaking down the old clay pot. So if we're talking about the pot, it's breaking down what our concept was around love, what our concept was around us in a relationship, remolding, reforming, and then putting it into the kiln to fire exactly what it is that we want to manifest. So we also see here as well, Horus, in this womb space, your gifts are on point at the moment. You're aligned with this higher God energy. This is Nut, the mother goddess, who the Egyptians would hope and pray to. We also see Medusa here as well. So this is knowing what was your stuff in relationships and what was projections or showing your wounds. And we see here as well, a little bit similar to how we had Princess of Wands, we have Princess of Swords. So you may have had to fight to be heard, fight to be seen, or fight to kind of get your voice or your message across. We see here you've realized with the rest of the cards that you're not stuck in that pattern anymore. You've broken free from that in having to defend your thoughts, your beliefs, your beautiful heart. You've come into the star energy. And with this, she's such a beautiful, humble soul that God, the way that it's sort of spoken about, it's for a conduit or a channel. It's God chooses sometimes the most humble people, or the universe chooses the most humble people, because they're a pure channel for energy to come in. So they can literally channel higher self, their starseed energy, as we see in here. There's self-regeneration healing. And for some weird reason, Spirit's tracing a figure 8 is what I'm feeling to do with this. So it's really, you've been on this metamorphosis change. Like we said with the butterfly energy, this is all information and knowledge and wisdom. So for a lot of you, I feel with love, some of you might even be coaching or psychologically helping friends shift through things at the moment. It's you've been there, you've done that. And we do have 10 of Wands. So let's have a look at what the roadblock or the obstacle is, or potentially could be. This again looks like it's sort of going into another cycle or a pattern, or you're about to level up and learn on a whole nother dimension. So we have the Strength card. I actually feel, oh my gosh, look at this. What did I just say? I was tracing over the Star card. We have the figure 8 show up. So, and it's a lion. So this is perfect going into the Lionsgate energy on the 8th of the 8th. You might want to really look at what it is that you're going to be using in terms of ascension and this metamorphosis energy. What is it that you're calling in on this huge manifestation gateway? We have the World card. So endings, new beginnings. For me, this is about like starting to create and see your vision and starting to put the construction towards that rather than past. So it's like been there, done that is what Spirit's saying. It's time to focus on your new wants, needs, and desires. We have moon energy too. So this is sometimes creating at first on the imaginary level, on the subconscious level, on the intuition level. And I have one more card, 10 of Cups. So card of wishes fulfilled. I do actually feel a little bit of fertility energy around some of you watching this too. So it doesn't necessarily have to mean like babies and birthing, but it can also represent your wishes coming into fulfillment, or you're birthing a new business, a new idea. Just keep in mind that we do have on the 5th of August, Mercury retrograde coming up. So unless this has been something that's been brewing for a while, it's not necessarily the best time to birth just yet. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys. I do feel like with the overall message, we need one more card though. So let me see what we have with this. And I'm just going into the Alice in Wonderland deck. And we have King of Flowers, so King of Wands. This might be pointing out for your soulmate, or even perhaps meeting or coming into connection with soulmate energy. We did have a 9 of Disc, which can also represent soul family too. So it could be connecting with more soulmate energy for you guys for this week at the moment. Let me pop these away and we will get, oh gosh, I need a bigger desk. This is quite a narrow desk that I work with because I love the streamline of it, but sometimes there's not much space, but we make it work. So yeah, number 2, if you are wanting to look deeper into a one-on-one reading and really get more in depth, whether it's your person or potential opportunities and things, it is really best to do a one-on-one. So I wish you luck on your journey of transformation with this beautiful butterfly energy. And yeah, you're just coming into like a lot of wisdom. So put these ones away. And we have pile number 3, which had the rhodochrosite. So this is a really beautiful energy. This is one that I love to use if we're working with any kind of, self-healing, or if we're working with, regenerating and kind of soothing your heart. It's a really, really beautiful energy. So if you're drawn to that, they make a lot of jewelry with rhodochrosite too. So the first card we have is Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. So I think that's a really beautiful crystal to go with that one. The next one that we have is divine abundance. You were born to align with love's will. Follow the Tao, and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundant, not to chase it. So we see the Sri Yantra as well in the background. So this is really interesting because like with the Sri Yantra, it's really a mandala where we're sort of falling and going into it. So it's like a portal or a tunnel, but it is also us at the same time. So you can kind of collapse or fall into this. So it does seem that there's divine interaction working with you guys for cards number 3. And we have another butterfly. So all 3 of our groups are going through huge spiritual shifts and transformation, but they're on various different levels. So we had group number 1 is really going through more kind of from a mental, emotional level. Group number 2 is really from an intuitional heart level. Group number 3, you guys are more ascending and working with gods and goddesses, working with angels, working with your guides, working with other different timeline versions of self. So we have the card of Raphael. We know that he works with healing. He works with, more kind of like with healing energy, I would say. But he has such a beautiful, peaceful energy. You can ask him to come in too to help align with a healthy love. Let's have a look and see which card deck they want next. So we'll go to the Mythos Tarot. And you can see these beautiful healing rays coming out of his hands with these gorgeous butterfly wings. I do feel a bit of ritual energy with this too. We have the Strength card and the 2 of Swords, which is peace. strength and peace. These are two things that you guys are embodying right now, and the Lovers. So I love this for you guys, and I want one more. We have Queen of Swords. So whether you guys are getting to another level in terms of like your manifestation, in terms of speaking what it is that you want to create, I actually feel you're co-creating. That's the stage that you guys are at now. So some of you might be aware of this. You might be like fully ready to jump and leap and take it on. It feels really, really exciting. I actually am getting guided to pick two more cards out of this. We have Five of Coins and the Emperor. You need to release your expectations and worries around love. So this is about sort of surrendering it to the divine, asking them to come in and take away your fears, your worries. Yeah, you guys are in this whole other place. It's just so beautiful to see. Really excited for you guys. And let's have a look into my favorite deck, the Thoth deck, and see what it is that Spirit wants us to know right now. I did feel a little pulse in my throat chakra with this. Spirit actually wants you to claim out loud what it is that you want. And we have quite a few cards. So, oh, I didn't even notice. They gave me two stuck together. Okay. So I feel with this, I keep seeing my third eye as though it's an actual eye opening. So I do feel there's an element of seeing clearly and seeing through into the spiritual realm or spiritual dimension. I actually feel like it's like meeting partners. So the unusual element with this one would be that a lot of you may have attracted, whether it's soul family or a loved one or a soulmate energy, you may be attracting them in the dream realms. You may be attracting them first in kind of like a spiritual meeting is what I'm seeing. So it might not just be like bumping into someone, getting to know them. This might be meeting someone that you have a deeper recollection or a deeper soul knowing and connection of having known each other before or having met before. So it might be hard to put your finger on where you know this person. We have a Five of Swords, a Prince of Cups, a Queen of Wands, an Eight of Cups, a Six of Wands, and a Three of Cups. So with this is called the card of defeat. And we see that we have, let me just pull this up higher, Aquarius energy, and we have Venus energy. So some of the people that we're talking about in terms of like manifesting a partner, you guys are doing the work, but you still might be waiting for the other person to do the work. So definitely ask for a spirit to help co-create this situation. I feel that this is about speeding it up. It's like you putting it out there saying you're ready. Sometimes will help the other person. If we're talking about soulmates, if you're doing your work on yourself, or if we're talking about like twin flame type situations, sometimes if you're doing your work on yourself, your person is sort of compelled or feels to come up to par. And sometimes we're in two different places and it doesn't always work out that way. But yeah, Prince of Cups, this is almost to work shamanically. So definitely working from a place of the spirit realm and then doing your practice or your anchoring or manifestation ritual in the physical. So it's almost like putting it out there into the belief into the universe, casting your net, but then doing something to acknowledge. So I know I've talked about the past, like dating yourself. This could be like taking one of these actions, but we also see Queen of Cups. So this is pouring into this dimension, what it is that you want to see. We have Eight of Cups. For this, I really feel this is more about like being disconnected and then coming back into this earth timeline together. And we have a Three of Cups. I do feel there's past contracts, karmic situations, and other lifetimes is the energy I keep feeling from this today. With the Three of Cups as well, there's a really good foundation of you guys already knowing each other. So this will be really interesting with this person perhaps coming in, or soul family energy. 10 of Swords, the Marriage card, and the Chariot card. So in past life situations, there may have been some, Spirit's giving me the word deadly. There might be some deadly endings or situations. We have Four of Wands energy, and we also have the Chariot. So I just feel like this is old lifetimes. So some of you may have been burnt at the stake together, because you guys know Three of Cups is sometimes my energy from those kind of lifetimes and persecutions, as well as abundance and other beautiful things. But we see here the swords pointing at the heart. So this also could be part of someone else hasn't cleared this yet. You guys might have cleared past life karma or a situation in your field, but the other person may not have. So work with the divine that we had like in the first cards to help them shift it. So Four of Wands, we're completing a karmic situation as well. So Aries and Venus energy. So we want to realign to the best and highest timelines and move towards that. So the Chariot, and we also had the Six of Wands before too. So let me get from the Star card deck. So this is from the Star Tarot. And I want to see like what the bigger lesson is in this situation. We have the Death card. This is all about cycles, transmuting energy, rising from the ashes, and Ace of Cups. This is about literally manifesting or creating a new level of love. And this is also, we know that when this kind of card is coming in or this energy is coming in, it's a love that's sent from the divine or a love that's sent from higher spirit. We have Six of Cups, which you guys know is also another one of my different timelines cards. So start creating and writing the story around anchoring this in this earth timeline, not just the other lifetimes. And a Five of Cups. So do the work to make sure that you're also putting out for the other person to do their clearing around this situation. Let me see. I feel like there's another deck or somewhere else. They want the Alice deck too. Okay, so we have the Magician. So with the Magician, or the Magnus, as I call him in the other deck, this is like Neo in the Matrix. So this is really, you guys are just, I wish I could sort of encapsulate or describe this, but if we're talking about like coming into your full power, your strength, your magnetism, but it's also about protecting your aura with this energy too. And I feel that you guys are awake and aware to people that sometimes will act as like a magician character that can, you know, bedazzle or kind of like illuminate or kind of distract us, why they might have like other things that they haven't fully healed, because sometimes it can also represent people with addictions and things too. But because I'm picking this to represent you guys, I really feel that this is about your magnetic attraction. In the Thoth deck, we see he literally attracts like everything to him. I do feel for two more cards from that deck too. Let me just grab this one and just reaching partway down the deck if I can reach it. And the Hermit and the Flowers, Three of Wands. So Three of Wands is my card of virtue. And with the Hermit, we also know that he can sometimes obsess or get caught in loops and really like doubt himself. So be careful not to do this. There is an element of surrendering to the divine with this as well. Similar to what we saw, I think it was in card number, it was either 1 or 2. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys this week. It really feels that you're on a whole nother journey, but you're having the divine help orchestrate. So for wanting a personal one-on-one reading, I do recommend the Mystical Oracle session in order to just really look into whether it's your person, your place, your situation, whether we're working with mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual questions. I love looking into all of the different dimensions. And please use the discount code Jupiter to gain 10% off. And I will see you guys next week. And I will also see you on the Galactic show too. I can't wait to see you.